Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I'm going to do a video talking about this Shueisha situation. That is that the IP holder is supposedly locking Twitter accounts that upload IP from One Piece. This is kind of crazy. It's hit the mainstream media. It's hit Newsweek. It's been all over Twitter. We're going to try to make sense of this in light of what's going on with the revised copyright law and all of this junk in January of this year. But this does seem to be overstepping quite a bit. And I got to give a hat tip to Dat One Girl who sent this link to me this morning. We've been talking about this. Thanks so much for giving me the heads up. So before we get into it, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We're over 168,000 subs. Thank you for the support. So I'm gonna backpedal here a little bit before we talk about Shueisha and what is going on. That there is a lot of talk about Japan's revised copyright law in January of 2021. Of course, that being this month, that you can actually face charges for downloading illegally or uploaded or pirated manga, magazines, and academic works such as anime, films, art, scripts, etc. That's going to put a lot of sites out of business for sure. A lot of leech sites and all of that, pirate sites, providing or even pasting hyperlinks to pirated media and operating a leech site or app that uploads or distributes illegal and pirated media. You could get an $18,000 fine for that. It could go up to $45,000. You will not face legal charges for downloading a few frames from a manga or of several dozen pages or more, or posting photographs where the manga is not the focus of the photo, downloading derivative works such as fan fiction or parodies, exceptions stated in the Universal Copyright Law and Fair Use. So, okay, that makes sense, right? To me, it makes sense. I know a lot of people were kind of freaking out about this, but I'm like, well, they're just trying to protect their intellectual copyrights. And look, pirating hurts anime creators. It hurts manga creators. I mean, it could be argued that people are exposed to new works via pirate sites, but it's not ideal, and those creators are probably not getting paid. So I do understand on some level why they're doing this. Now, the abuse of that is what's going on here, where Shueisha is reportedly locking Twitter accounts that upload images from One Piece. Here we go. So many Twitter users woke up Friday morning to discover that their accounts had received copyright strikes, as it seems that Japanese manga producer Shueisha has begun targeting tweets that contain uploaded images of their famous intellectual properties. So Shueisha and Shueisha Copyright began trending on Twitter on Friday as users started sharing some of the messages informing them of a copyright strike and that certain tweets have been locked from view. Are you kidding me? A GIF. You get locked down by Shueisha on Twitter for a GIF one user wrote. If they can do this once, they can do it again, and I'll lose my account for sharing a Dragon Ball GIF. Watch out, guys. It seems that images or clips of the series Dragon Ball and One Piece are the biggest issue, but according to some users, the crackdown involves just about all of their properties. So what's going on? It's hard to tell. They've not posted a message regarding any new guidelines involving its IP, but many people online are pointing to a new law that passed in Japan in 2020 that went into effect in the new year. But that doesn't seem to be the reason for the takedowns. I'm like, the law is pretty clear. It's basically if you're going to hurt them financially, by posting entire scans of manga or posting anime, it seems pretty clear. But just using a GIF or using, a snippet from manga or anime, that should not be an issue. According to Anime News Network, here we go, Anime News Network. Yeah, sometimes they're right. Sometimes they're right. According to Anime News Network, the Japanese cabinet approved a new revised copyright law back in March 2020 that covers manga as well as other published materials. Previously, the copyright law focused on punishing those who illegally uploaded and downloaded videos and music. However, despite the law being expanded to penalize people for knowingly downloading pirated manga, magazines, and more, the revision does still allow folks to download a few frames of the manga of a certain length. It also leaves room for the posting of pictures in which the manga is not the focus. So if it doesn't replace someone being able to buy the manga, it should not be an issue. I mean, if you're doing a review of the manga, it actually helps sales to put a few frames up from the comic so people know what they're buying. Interestingly enough, the new changes to the law also reportedly make an allowance for people who download derivative works such as fan fiction. Parodies, etc., they won't be penalized. Okay, again, this is not affecting the bottom line of the creators. If you're doing fan fiction, it doesn't take away from their original authorized works, as I understand it. It shouldn't, even though some of the fan fiction, frankly, is better, than the real thing. But, I digress, whatever. Just going off of Twitter users' accounts of the Shueisha situation, it seems the company is targeting tweets or even profile pictures that contain not only uploaded panels from official manga, but also fan art. That suggests that the newly amended law isn't the cause for this sudden crackdown. The sheer number of accounts that have been affected in such a short amount of time suggests that Shueisha may have hired a third-party DMCA enforcer that uses bots to find tweets. And the randomness of the takedowns could also point to the use of bots. After all, it looks like one of Shueisha's own artists was targeted. Wow. Japanese artist Fenyo has worked with Shueisha as an official artist for their mobile games of Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Legends. He wrote on Friday morning to his 60,000 followers, his account was locked. My Twitter account was locked once. I went back because I checked the copyright policy. I don't know when it will be erased. If it's erased, I will not be revived. Bye forever. Okay, so I can tell you about something similar that happened to us. We had this happen with Nintendo and Universal. Now, we actually do cover quite a bit of Universal news on our blog, Pirates and Princesses, and we were actually super excited about Super Nintendo World in Japan. And we put up a leaked image of one of their ride vehicles that, to the best of my knowledge, it hadn't been verified at that point, but we actually had a strike against our Pirates and Princesses Twitter account. I don't think it was manual. I think it was they were just looking for images of the ride vehicles. Now those images have been released or whatever. This is an abuse of DMCA for sure. And it might be that the third party doesn't even know what the hell the difference is. They're just like, go find every post that has anything to do with Dragon Ball or One Piece or Yu-Gi-Oh! Or any of our characters. Not a good look for them for sure. So here we go. This is a thread. Not sure if you've heard. Here is a thread of the accounts that have been targeted. So Shueisha has decided to copyright strike and threaten a massive amount of Twitter accounts for just sharing images related to One Piece as a franchise. They even copyright struck my own profile picture. Are we joking? So yeah, here this is the request they got. Dear sir or ma'am, we don't know who you are. Shueisha Inc. conveys information and entertain millions each day through many forms of communication, including the printed word. As one of Japan's leading publishers, our publications encompass a wide range of subjects and genres, from manga and entertainment magazines to literature, art, children's, and reference books. I, the undersigned, certify under penalty of perjury that I am an agent authorized to act on behalf of them whose exclusive copyrights are being infringed. The information in this notice is accurate. The work in question is copyrighted Japanese manga artwork from One Piece and Dragon Ball Super. Manga Japanese artwork and characters published by Shueisha Inc. are being used without our authorization. This is an unauthorized use and reproduction of original manga works. Bullshit. It's an avatar. I have a good faith belief that the items or materials listed below are not authorized by the above owners, their agents, or the law, and therefore infringe on the owner's rights. It is fair use, especially fan art. Please act expeditiously to remove or disable access to the infringing material. What the hell? What the hell is going on here? Here are all the accounts that have been struck, they're aware of. Here are some comments. For reference, they struck manga panels, anime screenshots, even fan art. Drawing fan art of any of their series will get you a copyright strike, even though that is considered fair use. Derivative works, you will not face legal charges for derivative works or fan art or parodies. You're allowed to do that. So this is just somebody going rogue. That's not legal. What they're doing is not legal. Every second something One Piece related is tweeted on this platform, do they expect to strike every single user every single second? Ryan Brown, This is how you destroy a fan base. Lunacy. Can only lead to loss in revenue. If it's them, if it's Shueisha deciding that this is what they're going to do, this is how they're going to interpret this law, they are absolutely going to hurt their fan base. One Piece and Dragon Ball are two of the most popular properties on the planet. And if there are very bad feelings associated with those properties because of this ridiculousness, yeah, it's going to hurt them. Look at what happened with Nintendo when they were copyright striking YouTube videos. You had fans playing Nintendo games on YouTube and they were having their money taken away. They were getting copyright strikes and it actually hurt their brand. People were like, well, we're not going to promote or talk about Nintendo games anymore because they're being ridiculous. Yeah, here we go. Evan Lynn says this is the Nintendo situation all over again, except this time everyone in the comments actually recognizes this, that while it's legal, it's absolutely disgusting and very likely a terrible business decision. Just because, and I don't even think it's legal. I don't think it's legal. I mean, if you understand this law, it does not seem like it's legal. But if it's interpreted as such and they go through with it and they piss on the fans like they are, you can absolutely expect a loss in revenue. YouTube channels like Grand Line Review, BDA Law, and O'Hara, as well as social media accounts like this one, are a major reason why One Piece is so popular outside of Asia. You're basically giving them free publicity and they want to punish you. That's absurd. Shueisha Copyright also struck one of their own employees, an official artist. They went full on Disney when it comes to copyright. No, they're worse than Disney. They're worse than Disney. Disney will actually allow you to use things that are fair use. And they also realize, again, as someone who's worked with Disney and actually worked on official Disney projects, that they also realize it's not worth smacking everyone down. It's not worth smacking the fans down. The only time they get involved usually is if it makes them look very, very bad. Like if you're doing, making dirty pictures of Mickey Mouse or something like that, that could be confused for official product, or you're making money off of it. Copious amounts of money at conventions, you're mass producing art books with their characters or Marvel characters or Star Wars characters or something like that. They have a problem with. But they don't have a problem with you doing fan art. They don't have a problem with you using a Disney character as an avatar. This is insane. It's just a matter of time until they copyright strike their own official accounts. They already did. I just had a few posts or GIFs from One Piece in my account. I just deleted them just in case. The only thing I have on it now is the link to the current popularity poll. They won't strike that, will they? Who knows? Who knows? Jeez. Yeah, right. Thank you, Oda. Hashtag. Oda Genio hashtag. The hashtags are worthless now because they've just destroyed them. This is downright ridiculous. Shueisha needs to stop. You shouldn't be able to strike fan art. Don't they realize that this is what will destroy the fandom? God, this is effed. It is. I agree 125%. You have to work with the fans, even the ones you don't like, for the most part. Unless they're making money off of your stuff, then at that point, maybe you can sort of argue, hey, you're hurting our bottom line. But this law is pretty clear. And it does not include nonsense like this. Disgusting. We aren't even allowed to show our love for a franchise anymore. Copyright bullshit has gotten out of hand. Copyright bullshit from corporations, that is. Yeah, it's not the mangaka's problem. They're not the ones doing it. It's their publisher. It got a copyright strike. I don't know if Shueisha will strike Facebook too with this dumb move. I'm worried because I have One Piece fan page on Facebook. Twitter is easier to flag. It's easier to flag content on Twitter. Again, we had this happen with Nintendo and Universal. And they can pretty much flag you for anything and say it's DMCA, even if it's not. We got it reversed. We got our account back, but I think it was a bot. This is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I think it's going to hurt them for sure. They really need to consider this. Here's their address. You can contact them. Here is their contact information. I would contact them and tell them to go suck a peach. This is too far. I think Oda needs to speak out. I think he needs to speak up and say, hey, don't do this. Don't do this on my behalf. It's stupid. I'm going to wrap this up. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We'll talk later.